What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And let's just go ahead and get into the real reality TV, guys. I know it's been a minute and I have been listening to a lot. I've been taking note of a lot, and I have honestly been overwhelmed. It's just so much stuff going on. It's like, oh my God, how do I keep up? But I want to start here because I really think it's time for Dr. Heavenly's mouth to be shut. The dentist needs those jaws wired shut. And I guess she can't do it on herself, so maybe somebody else needs to do it. And I'm just quite frankly over her. And I found it very funny. And I'm just going to go ahead and say this because one of the content creators that I've been sub to for a lot of years that I really like, he's one of my favorite YouTube vloggers, Alexander Rogers. He kind of linked up with Dr. Heavenly to do something on her channel. And I will be honest with you, I never watched. I never went over to her channel to watch. And yeah, I just didn't. Now, I did see once when she was on his channel. I will go to his channel and watch things, but I refuse to go over to her channel to watch him over there. And when I saw that he linked up with her, I was like, I don't know how long this is going to last, but when this happened, baby, he did not spend a moment considering or thinking about should I or shouldn't I. No, he was like, hell yes, I'm going in. And he went in on her. And I absolutely loved it because to me, what she said was foul and offensive, even if I'm not in the LGBTQ community. It's just wrong. And I'm going to share my screen. You've probably already seen it, but I'm going to share my screen because I want to talk about this. All right, so let's go to share screen. And yeah, let's go ahead and go there. All right.
What it is. So when you have a conversation with somebody gets upset and it goes to the left. Most men, real men, not gay men, not bitch men, you know what I'm saying? The guys that is kind of soft, but real men are gonna feel like, you know what I mean? Straight men are gonna feel like if you tell my wife to shut the fuck up, I'm gonna have a problem with it. I mean, that's just it is what it is. So when you have a conversation with somebody gets upset and it goes to the left. Most men, real men, not gay men, not bitch men, you know what I'm saying? The guys that is kind of soft, but real men are gonna feel like, you know what I mean? Straight men are gonna feel like if you tell my wife to shut the fuck up, I'm gonna have a problem with it.
All right. So, okay. First of all, yeah, I know that there might be some guys, especially in the church, that are on the down low that are married to women when they really are gay. Larry Reed. Yeah, there's some of those. But for the most part, when you say straight men that are married to women, of course, you're talking when you say a man that's married to a woman. So for her to say gay men, not gay men, but real men, this is a woman who claims that Funky Dineva is her friend, and vice versa. He says that Dr. Heavenly is his friend. Isn't he a gay man? Okay. Alexander Rogers. Now, she may have never called him a friend, but she definitely linked up with him for the purpose of doing YouTube. He is clearly a very openly gay man. So for her to say not gay men, but real men that are married to women, not bitch men, I was like, this chick, she is consistently writing checks that her mouth and her ass cannot cash, okay? She keeps doing this stuff, always in the comfort of her closet, because see, she doesn't have any real friends. She doesn't have any real friends. the people that she is connected to on Married to Medicine, those people she wants to call friends, like Dr. Jackie Walters, who, in my personal opinion, is a friend to no one. That woman is so cold. I never saw it for her, but for whatever reason, the people at Bravo love her, and they constantly want her to be seen as this matriarch of the group for whatever reason. I'm not saying that you 100% always have to have given birth to children to be considered a matriarch. You could have the spirit of a mother, I guess. But she has neither. She's never had any children. And in my personal opinion, she does not have the spirit of a mother. She is cold and callous. She really is just all about her paper. She's really all about her business. And when she got dragged across social media because of the comments that she made several years ago about Black female patients complaining and all of these different things that they do to try to get out of work and all this other stuff that she was talking about, she said what she meant. So her coming back this season, really standing 10 toes down on what she said, she was just pretty much saying, y'all bitches tried to cancel me, but here I am going to the White House. And now the chick that she went to go visit at the White House is not anywhere close to the White House anymore. So you really didn't do enough to get Kamala elected. I'm not going to put all the blame at Dr. Jackie's door, step, but this woman don't care about nobody but her business and her money, okay? So this chick right here, constantly doing these YouTube videos, and the people that are following her, that are encouraging this behavior by sending her super chats of like this chick sending her $4.99 to ask her a question. How did the husbands react to Dr. G yelling at his wife the first night? I'm not going to sit and 100% take up for Dr. Gregory, but what I will say is this. While he's not 100% a victim in the situations between him and his ex-wife Quad, I will say he's not 100% guilty either. And I do feel that his emotions were really on 1000 with all of it that was going on. Not just Quad, but just the whole situation. His new wife, her wanting to be a part of the cast, her being asked to be a part of the cast, manipulated by this chick right here that calls her little girl, consistently disrespecting Letitia Lunsford. That's her name. I don't even want to call her Sweet Tea, even if that's what she wants to be called. Her name is Letitia, okay? She had been manipulated by this chick with the help of Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone, them acting friendly towards Dr. G with his new wife, going on little outings and different things like that to throw it in Quad's face. Yes, they did that. And this heifer right here manipulating Letitia to make it feel like, oh, this would be a great opportunity for you, and this and that and the other, and Letitia being naive. So Dr. G did have a point. He absolutely was right when he called her naive on this most recent episode. I'm not going to go into all of that right now. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, because I try not to make these things too long, at least in one sitting. So they manipulated her to be a part of the show, and then you like completely turn on the woman. She's not a little girl. As what, are you mad because you're in your 50s and she's in her 30s, so you want to call her a little girl? No, she's a woman. As a matter of fact, the woman is a career woman. You might not respect her career, but she's a military veteran. She actually has a career with the military, with the federal government. Hopefully that continues under this current president, because he's out here using a machete to everything that is wholly about this nation when it comes to government. But I digress. It's really crazy that this chick, who has aligned herself with gay men on social media and in the reality TV world, I'm quite sure the person who does her makeup, more likely than not, is a gay man. The one, if she does have somebody to do her wigs, is probably a gay man. Okay. If she deals with a stylist for clothing, I'm quite sure it would be more than likely a gay man. So for her to sit and say that gay men are soft and weak, they're not real men, that's how she really feels. And so this is the chick that says a lot of foul stuff about people, and there is no accountability given to her. And then this, and I'm just going to say it like I feel right now because it's how I'm feeling right now. This bitch has the nerve to say that there would be no show with her without her a quad. The freaking audacity. Whereas if it were not for Mariah Huck, the same woman that said, "Do you want me to show you the receipts? I can tell you some of the women that your husband, Dr. Damon, has slept with." And I 100% believe Mariah. I don't think that she was lying about anything that she said. I believe she backtracked on it, and she did mention, I can't remember where it was. I believe it was an interview that she did with Carlos Queen, where she said that, yeah, I know I said Carlos Queen. I meant that. Carlos Queen, when she said that actually Dr. Damon reached out to her and asked her, please, like, don't do this. So she backtracked out of respect for him, but it had nothing to do with Heavenly. I do believe that Dr. Damon Daddy has been screwing around on this chick. And you know why I believe that? I have been trying. I cannot find it, but God help me, because I know that I saw it. I watched it on one of the earlier seasons of Married to Medicine. This chick went out to eat with either Dr. Simone and Toya. I believe it was those two. Okay. And this was in the beginning. And excuse me while I clear my throat because I don't want to pause it right now. Okay. But she said that these, she may have used the word holes. I can't remember. But she basically was insinuating that when men cheat, the chicks that they cheat with, even though the men may use protection, they will take the stuff out of the condom to use it to become pregnant. And so the man did not intend for the chick to become pregnant, but the chicks will do stuff like that to become pregnant. And then when we fast forward it to this season, but rewind to a few episodes back in this current season, when Contessa said to her something along the lines of the possibility of some outside children with the last name of Kimes, insinuating that her husband has outside children with other females, possibly white. I believe it. I believe it. And I believe this is what I'm saying. I believe. I'm not saying that this is true, but I'm saying this is what I believe. And especially because I saw it on Married to Medicine. I have been scrolling through trying to find that clip from one of those earlier seasons. And God help me, I'm going to find it because I have been watching the previous seasons. Sometimes they come on Pluto TV. There's a channel on Pluto TV called Bravo Vault. So they'll show previous seasons, episodes of Married to Medicine, and even Shaw's of Sunset, and sometimes Real Housewives of Atlanta, Beverly Hills, New York. So I've been watching some of those kind of in passing, not intentionally, as I'm doing other things. And I saw it and I said, what did she just say? And if I was like really paying attention and knew that that was going to happen, I would have recorded it when it came on. But I've been trying to go back and find it. And I know she said that. I know she said it. And it made me think of what Dr. Contessa said. And not only what Dr. Contessa said, but also what Mariah said when she said, do you want me to show you the receipts? Because I got receipts, baby girl. And I completely believe Mariah Huck 100%. So this chick talking about gay men. And this person posted and said, I would never understand why people think being gay is synonymous with scary and be related. I know some homosexuals that'll beat daddy ass into the ICU. And I agree with that. And maybe that's what needs to happen. Because honestly, over all of these seasons, I didn't really have an opinion one way or the other about her husband. But after this season, I don't like him either. I don't like him either. And you know why? As much as people may not like Dr. G and they may prefer Quad over him, or they feel like, oh, he was abusive to her or whatever, man, get up out of here with that BS. But I will never understand how anyone could think that what Damon said to Dr. G when he was letting Damon know that your wife was out of pocket because she was insinuating that he was a pedophile. I'll say it like that. But then she walked it back and changed her post. But she was saying that he was not respected in the medical community. When, from what I'm hearing, this is the chick right here that's not respected in the medical community, especially when it comes to other dental practitioners. A lot of them, they know of her and they do not like her, from what I've been hearing. They can't stand her at all. They feel like she's a horrible representation. Letitia called her a Razorback big back bitch. And I don't care if people don't like her. That line for me is classic. That will go down in history. And whenever I see her now, I see a Razorback. It's one of the high schools that was in my town growing up. I didn't go to that high school, but the school mascot was a Razorback. So when Letitia said, "You Razorback big back bitch," all I could think about was the picture of the Razorback from that high school where the Razorback was their school mascot, and I think that was so long ago. But that was the first time I ever heard of a Razorback. I was like, "What the heck is a Razorback?" But her calling Dr. Heavenly a Razorback Big Back B, I have to agree. And so people calling her out for what she said, I hope she does get canceled with this. And honestly, every dog has their day. I don't know if this will be the nail in the coffin for her, but people are going in on her on social media, and I wanted to share my thoughts on it because she deserves to get drugged. I just don't like her. Like I said before, well, before I was like, yeah, I was indifferent to her. I didn't like some of the things she said, but then some things it was like, oh, it's kind of funny. And then for me, it wasn't what she was saying, what she was saying to someone, your mama. I didn't think it was funny. It was just one of those things like, I'm just repeating what I've said before. It's like when a little child starts to speak, when they're learning how to speak, and if they're around adults that use profanity, and then this little 1.5-year-old, says F you, that little child doesn't know what they're saying, and you're shocked to hear this little child say, so you kind of laugh out of shock. It's not that it's funny, you're laughing out of shock. So when, initially when I would hear, in those earlier seasons, Dr. Heavenly responded to somebody, and then instead of responding with something intelligent, she would respond by saying, your mama. I would laugh out of like, did she really just say that? It's not that it was hilarious or funny in that way. It's just like, did she really just say your mama? This person who's supposed to be this educated professional, who is a medical professional, she's a dentist, a doctor of dental medicine, okay, whatever. She's telling somebody your mama. But yeah, I just don't have any respect for her whatsoever. Her calling Letitia little girl and calling gay men weak, and it's just all this other stuff that she's been doing. It's just been completely disrespectful. And honestly, she's a friend to no one. But honestly, I don't really care about Quad if Quad wants to think that this chick is her friend, because Quad is a gutter snipe just like she is. So they're kind of two peas in a different pod. They're not in the same pod. They're two peas in a different pod. So they're kind of cut from the same cloth. And they're definitely both delusional. I will say that they really both do love the sound of their voices and love to run their mouths, and they think they know everything, and they take offense to things when people, I just can't with those two at all. So for this chick to claim that without these two there would be no Married to Medicine. How dare you? The audacity. If the show has been going on all these seasons, whether I wanted it to or not, without Mariah Huck, it could definitely go on without these two. Or hey, maybe it is time for it to come to an end, or to do a full reboot. Because what does Jackie bring to the show? I don't hate Dr. Simone, but she said some questionable things that make me, look at her differently as well. A lot of people don't like Dr. Contessa. I kind of feel like she's unproblematic. That's my personal opinion. But I could see this Razorback, big back bitch, and Quad not being on the show anymore, and get rid of Jackie, get rid of Dr. Simone, definitely get rid of Quad and her rent-a-man, who maybe she ain't renting him, but he's definitely not purchased her a Rolls Royce. And that was proven. I'm going to do another video talking about that. I do have the video link that people share with me, and I appreciate you guys for sharing that with me. I did check it out. And it's what I had thought all along. I said that in the beginning. So she just brought confirmation of the fact that he did not buy her that car. So we'll talk about that in a separate episode. But yeah, she's being drugged, and she deserves to get drugged. Somebody said, Dr. Damon, go ahead and unplug the Wi-Fi router. We tried. And someone else said, are you surprised? Someone get her a muzzle. And then this person says she and some others have devalued the show. She needs to get off the show. She annoys me so bad. I wish they bring back Mariah. And this one said, this why we call them mean girls. These are professionals. And I know this is entertainment, but I expect more from doctors. And this person said, this lady is exhausting. She seems like an energy sucker type friend. I know it's stressful maintaining a friendship with her. And let me tell you something. I 100% agree with that. She's not my friend, clearly. I've never been around her. But just watching her is an energy suck. I have been so depleted lately, and it definitely has not been because I've given her all of my energy, but just consuming this trash, it to me definitely has been energy depleting. So I've been having to take a break from even creating content talking about this stuff, because I don't know how some people do it all of the time. God bless you, if that's what you do all the time. I'm just like, wow, this is really a lot. But I want to know what you guys think. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.